Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Hi, Rosa. Hello, Mary. Adam. Hello. Welcome to everybody. And it seems tonight would have been a good one to do that one about people paying attention. Nevertheless, I have a good session planned for you today. I want to answer an age-old question, and it's a kind of a once and for all answer. It's a take it or leave it. There won't be any questions on it. It is the fact, and that is all. And I'm going to ask the question, why do we fail as traders? And that would be the royal we, as in some of you, not me. Or, the people who watch this, the people who are half bottoming it, let's say. So, mostly traders, especially new to the idea, fail because of greed. Many try to make the million overnight, or at least during the first week. Then, by the time a barely solid month has passed by and a minor level of experience has manifested itself within them, that experience is tainted by fear. So fear and greed are the top two causes then of traders failing. And who can say what they like about that. That is what it is. So many times I hear from people and they say, well, I did this and I did that, and then this happened and then that happened. Things don't happen. Not in trading. There's cause and effect. We have rules, and the rules keep us safe. And the only thing that can happen with regards to a loss is you can have a small one, a very safe small one. If you have a big one, you've done something wrong, something very wrong and very against what we discussed in your course with me. The fear of a loss very often becomes so crippling that as soon as you're in a position of profit, and we did discuss this in a session just the other day, you lock in tight, too tight. Stops, yes, are 100% necessary, of course, but place them too tight or too loose, and both ways will cost you pips or money. Recently in sessions, we were discussing a book that I was told I should read. I was pointed towards it, basically because I told the person or somebody I was chatting to that I'd been accused of being a psychopath. So I was told, read this book. And I read The Wisdom of Psychopaths. And apparently it isn't such a bad thing to be one, or at least to think like one in the first place. And I don't mean the kind that goes around cutting up people into small pieces or putting kittens into sacks and things like that. I don't mean that kind of psychopath at all. I mean the kind that just don't let outside interference into their thought processes, thereby maintaining a level head under pressure. Offline earlier for someone else, I ran through the Gates system. I also ran through trading with the market, not against. Live sessions and how they're helpful to, ideally, the attendees, and why there is seldom a need for a loss. Very briefly, we have a strategy or a number of very good strategies that facilitate all of those things. And the Gates system denotes the stake or the money management field. Now, anyone who takes a buy here is trying to catch a falling knife, of course, because the market is heading down. That's what trading with the trend looks like. We'd look at the higher time frames, and the higher time frames bully the lower time frames. And when we look at something, say 15 minutes or 3 minutes, 5 minutes, the trend that's in, that's the trend that we want to pay attention to on our 1 minute time frame. If it says we should be looking for sells, then we should be looking for sells. If it says we should be buying the dips, then we should be buying the dips. And some time ago, I told you all we were going to see 50,000 on the Dow, and I know it's not there today. I really don't care. If we go to a 4-hour chart, we'll see that it did indeed do 50,000 and then some. And we'd have to go back, I think it was August maybe, July, June, sometime in the summer it was when I called that target. Predictable then? Well, yes, I'm no genius. I predicted it using charts. Available to everybody, charts and indicators, not really difficult at all. Once we run out of excuses for doing things wrong, we can either get over our own fears, or we can do it scared, or we can do something completely different. Sadly, the something completely different usually involves a clock and being responsible for the contribution of making someone else wealthy. Good luck with that. Oh, and I must tell you, I heard from someone today who wondered today why he was trading range and losing. In our daily trading plan, quite clearly it states, check the news. Enough said? I doubt it. It's another reason why traders fail. Now, I did open the gate system, and I did open, what are you also, the new gates and margins. I just wanted to run through very briefly that we have the gate system. It's in euros, pounds or dollars, and we can edit the stake. This is a very aggressive one, but we can edit that stake to suit ourselves. We also have a sheet in lots available to our members. So 0.1 of a lot, 0.2, 0.4 and so on. And you can only move forward if you're winning. If you win and you get to here, you must halve your stake. There isn't a 5 lots, so you have to go back to 3.2. If you lose, only 15 pips. And we can look at it, plan A, plan B, plan C and plan D, proving that trading really is for anyone and everyone. We can trade with a very small amount and even, well, slightly bigger, that one, yes, a reasonable and realistic amount or quite a serious amount there. And I called plan A, B, C and D, rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief. Anybody can trade. Not everybody can do it well, but that's because those who aren't doing it well are usually breaking the rules. Mary asks, would you mind forwarding me a copy of the gate system? Absolutely, Mary, I'll send it to you, no problem. Probably be in the morning now, but I will definitely email it to you in the morning. No worries at all. You're welcome. Now, I've pretty much ran through everything that I wanted to there. I thought there was something else, but I forget. I don't have a great memory, which is why I built the strategies to guide me and to keep me safe. If I was to, I'll go back to a 1 minute on here for a moment, and we'll pick something random. What will we load? Something that's available to everybody, not from our arsenal of great stuff. How about that red light, green light? And we'll move back to where there was a very sensible sell signal. We've gone below a red line. We've got white, pink, purple are in sell mode. We've got a red crossover down here. And there's a sell up here at what, 49, I'm going to say 660. It's midway between 49, 640 and 680. If we look at that, it's a winning trade. If you went in below pink, you don't need such a big stop. If you went in at 660, 680 is the biggest you need as a stop. And realistically, the dark blue line is lower than that. It's probably 670. So you probably have a 10 pip stop. And yes, it faffs around at a line. But everyone who knows me knows you get a run of colour of at least 3 reds. We can draw a fib there. We know there's going to be a battle. Several of you will know why. One of the reasons is obviously the light blue line, which is one of our higher value EMAs. Another of which is this 49,640 level, which coincides with the light blue line. But the maroon line holds us down. So tally ho, down we go. And if you got a 660 or a 640, you've got at least 40 to 60 pips from that, notwithstanding that it still went further and stayed below a red line. Realistically, this is your forced exit. This bar here, it's at about 560. So There are quite probably available 100 pips in there. Not bad considering it began with maybe a 20 pip stop. And if we look at the long over here, green above red, there's a long over here. I'm going to say it's at about 620 with the stop. More than 600, less than a 20 pip stop in this one. And at the top, you got 680. So there's a 60 pip move there. Again, with a more than 3-to-1 reward risk ratio. If we seek out a losing trade, and I do indeed wish to seek out a losing trade, I am looking at the Dow. Someone will say, there's a buy. No, this didn't say we could buy it, so no, it's not. There's a sell, yeah, and it goes all the way to here. So we need to find, you see the likes of this one, where this says sell it, but that doesn't actually. But let's assume, just for a moment, that you did take a sell on that line. Let's go all the way over here. We'll line up that line. So you took a sell, let's say on that bar there. Just for, because there are, believe me, please, I know I don't have to convince you. There are so many people who will say, I took a sell. Yeah, I've been taking them early. I always get in early. Yes, that's the nature of man, isn't it? Early. There you go. That's another story, another joke. So there you go. The top of that bar is like 7 pips away from you. And it broke the high of a previous bar. And this has gone green again. So you have to exit. You have to exit in that bar, which means you're quite safe with a massive 3.9 pip loss. My heart will pump lumpy custard for you. And if we look at this long over here, and the reason to get out, well, there's an inside bar and a break below the inside bar. There's 10 pips available there. The angles of the lines, the angles of our indicators, the angles of the higher value EMAs, the fact that pink and purple are weaving together. We know when there's range, and yet so many of the traders who do watch these YouTube videos, they watch them and they'll go and big fat do it anyway. They'll just go and trade range, or they'll get into a move that's going to be good and lock in really tight. Like, it's closed there, I'll lock in at that close because we've gone down, and it comes back, pings them out and carries on. So you miss out, and there you go. Well, that's on you. It is on you because it's poor management is what it is. And there's no better way to describe it than that you're not managing your trade sensibly. If I look at our video content on YouTube, there are lots and lots, and there's 282 YouTube videos available. The last one got a whole 111 views and 3 likes. The one before it, 119 views and 7 likes. Whoop-de-doo. There is one of our YouTube videos that got 1,000. I think it got like 1,500 or 1,800 views or something. It was all about pivots, and it was Go Trading Range is what it was. Range and pivots got the most views. So I wondered, is that what catching people out? It shouldn't be, because we do have our rules, don't we? Well, I do, but I follow mine. You've seen me in the sessions, you've heard in the sessions, I'm following the rules. If I'm not allowed to sell that, well, I'm not selling it. If I'm not allowed to buy it, then I'm not buying it. And that's just that. There is no grey area, there are no doubts, issues, or workarounds. The rules are the rules, and they're designed to keep me safe. And I let them. I wonder, could you? So if anyone's any questions on like one of our major strategies, I'll end the recording there and we can have them. But if you have any questions related to this session, do please feel free to type one in there and let me know what your question is. I'll read it out and answer it. Otherwise, then I'll end the recording so that we can do some of the, the private stuff. Anyone? No? A 3, a 2, a 1. Okay, then I'm going to end the recording. Please trade safe, anybody who watches this, and I look forward to seeing you on the next recording. Oh, hang on. If the hard stop is at a line and it's beyond 10 pips, then the hard stop is the hard stop, and that is all. But that line that you're looking at will tell you you should get out less. Oh, do you still go in? Wasn't the full question. Okay, yes, you still go in. That's it. But remember, you can adjust your stake accordingly. What was that indicator you had up at the bottom of the screen? Tom, it's in YouTube. It's all over the place, that one. It's a DMI, a directional movement index. It's an old one that we used to use as signal. If you think it's better than the one we're using now, you're not well in the head, but I'm sure you don't. We use it for directions these days. Good questions though, appreciate them. All right, I'm going to end the recording and then you can ask anything you like. Please trade safe, everybody, and thank